What if everything you have been chasing is not actually success? What if the money, applause, position, followers, and achievements you desire could still leave you empty? Here is the truth. Real success is not about getting more. It is about becoming more. Listen carefully, because this may challenge everything you have been taught. You can win in public and still lose in private. You can build a career and lose your character. You can gain wealth and lose your peace. You can become famous and still have no idea who you are. Real success begins when you stop measuring your life by what you possess and start measuring it by what you have become. Most people were trained to chase results before understanding purpose. From childhood, we are told to get good grades, find a good job, make money, buy a house, and become impressive. None of those things are wrong, but they become dangerous when they become the definition of your life. Achievement without purpose can become a beautifully decorated prison. Imagine two people climbing the same mountain. One is climbing because everyone told him the view would make him important. The other is climbing because he knows the mountain represents something meaningful to his life. Both may reach the top, but only one understands why he climbed. That is the difference between achievement and success. Real success begins with discovering purpose. You are not created simply to occupy space, pay bills, consume entertainment, and eventually disappear. There is something valuable inside you that the world needs. There are abilities, ideas, experiences, and gifts that become powerful when they are developed and directed toward meaningful work. Purpose gives your effort direction. Without purpose, you can be busy every day and still move nowhere. You can answer emails, attend meetings, chase money, scroll through opportunities, and constantly feel exhausted, yet remain disconnected from the life you were designed to live. So stop asking only, how can I become successful? Start asking, what am I here to contribute? That question changes everything. It forces you to look beyond temporary rewards and discover lasting value. It teaches you that success is not merely arriving somewhere. Success is becoming the person capable of fulfilling the assignment placed within you. And once you understand that, your journey changes. You stop competing with everyone around you. You stop copying people whose lives look impressive from a distance. You stop measuring your beginning against somebody else's middle. You begin building from the inside out. That is where real success starts. Real success becomes clearer when you understand that your greatest investment is not your bank account. It is yourself. But the character, wisdom, discipline, and skills you develop within yourself can continue creating value long after circumstances change. Think about a farmer. Before anyone sees a harvest, the farmer spends months preparing soil, planting seeds, removing weeds, and protecting what is growing. Nobody celebrates the seed underground. Nobody applauds the roots. Yet the harvest depends on everything happening where nobody is watching. Your life works the same way. People often want visible success without invisible preparation. They want the promotion without developing leadership. They want wealth without learning discipline. They want influence without developing character. They want a strong relationship without learning communication, patience, and responsibility. But life eventually exposes what has been developed beneath the surface. You cannot consistently produce what you have never prepared yourself to handle. That is why personal development is not optional if you want lasting success. You must become stronger than the opportunities you are asking for. If your dream requires you to lead 10 people, become the person capable of leading 10 people. If your vision requires financial wisdom, learn how money works. If your purpose requires communication, practice speaking. If your future requires courage, start confronting the fears controlling your present. Do not wait for success to transform you. Transform yourself so you can sustain success. There is a powerful lesson in the story of a young man who desperately wanted to become a great leader. He kept praying for a bigger opportunity, but nothing seemed to change. One day someone asked him, "What are you doing to prepare for the opportunity you keep requesting?" That question exposed the problem. He was waiting for a door while refusing to build the person who could walk through it. Maybe you are doing the same thing. You keep asking for more money, but are you becoming more disciplined? You ask for influence, but are you becoming more trustworthy? You ask for greater responsibility, but are you learning how to manage what you already have? Your current level is not a punishment. It is a classroom. Use this season. Read, learn, practice, observe, improve. Make mistakes and extract wisdom from them. Develop your mind before demanding a bigger platform, because real success is not simply receiving an opportunity. It is becoming prepared enough to recognize it, disciplined enough to pursue it, and mature enough to handle it when it arrives. Build yourself first, and eventually your results will have something strong enough to stand on. What if the reason you are not moving forward is not because you lack opportunity, but because you have never learned the power of discipline? Success will often demand from you what motivation cannot provide. Motivation may get you started, but discipline keeps you moving when the excitement disappears. There will be mornings when you do not feel inspired. There will be days when nobody encourages you. There will be seasons when your effort seems invisible and your results appear painfully slow. That is where many people quit. They mistake a difficult season for a failed dream. But disciplined people understand something different. They know that progress is often happening before evidence appears. Think about someone learning a new skill. At first, everything feels awkward. Their mistakes are obvious. Their improvement is almost impossible to notice. But they keep practicing. Day after day, they repeat the fundamentals. Eventually, what once required intense concentration becomes natural. That is how mastery is created. Not through one extraordinary moment, but through ordinary actions repeated with extraordinary consistency. You do not need to change your entire life overnight. You need to change what you repeatedly do. Your habits are quietly constructing your future. Every time you choose learning over distraction, preparation over excuses, and responsibility over blame, you are building a stronger version of yourself. Look at your daily routine honestly. What do you do when nobody is watching? What do you spend your first hour thinking about? Where does your attention go? What do you repeatedly consume? What conversations fill your mind? What excuses have become comfortable? Your future is being shaped by those answers. A person can have an incredible dream and still destroy it with poor habits. Another person can begin with very little and eventually build something remarkable because they learn to control their time, attention, emotions, and choices. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. When you control your habits stop controlling you. This does not mean you become perfect. It means you become intentional. You learn to say no to things that weaken your purpose, so you can say yes to things that strengthen it. Maybe you need to wake up earlier. Maybe you need to stop wasting hours comparing your life with strangers online. Maybe you need to finish what you start. Maybe you need to stop making promises you do not keep to yourself. Start small, but start seriously. Read 10 pages, practice 30 minutes, save something, exercise, write down your goals, keep your word, finish the task you wanted to postpone. Small disciplines become powerful identities. And eventually, people will call you successful because they see the results. But you will know the truth. Those results were built quietly, one disciplined decision at a time. The next secret of real success is understanding the difference between having goals and having a clear vision. A goal tells you what you want to accomplish. Vision tells you why it matters, who you must become, and what kind of life you are building. Many people write goals because they want better circumstances. They want more money, a better position, a bigger house, or recognition. But when the goal becomes difficult, they lose motivation because they never connected it to something deeper. Vision gives you a reason to keep going when the reward is far away. Imagine an architect standing on an empty piece of land. Someone else sees only dirt, stones, and an unfinished space. The architect sees rooms, foundations, windows, Vito living there, and a completed structure. The difference is what one person can see before it exists. Your future works the same way. You must learn to see beyond your present circumstances. Your current income is not your identity. Your current position is not your destination. Your past mistakes are not a complete description of your future. Vision is not fantasy. Vision must be connected to responsibility. You cannot simply imagine a better life and expect it to appear. You must turn the picture into decisions, skills, and action. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What value do I want to create? Who will benefit because I developed my abilities? What would my life look like if I stopped allowing fear to make my decisions? These questions move you from wishing to building. There may be days when your circumstances contradict your vision. Your bank account may say small, while your vision says greater. Your environment may say impossible, while your purpose says continue. Your past may say you are not capable, while your growth says you are becoming ready. Do not let temporary evidence destroy direction. A person with vision can endure delay because they understand that preparation is part of the journey. They can walk through rejection without believing rejection defines them. They can start again because their purpose is bigger than one failed attempt. But remember this, vision without action is only imagination. So take your vision seriously. Write it down. Break it into steps. Identify the skills required. Identify the habits that must change. Identify the people you need to learn from. Then begin. You do not need to see the entire staircase. You need enough vision to take the next step. Real success begins when your daily actions agree with the future you say you want. Real success also requires learning how to handle failure. Many people misunderstand the journey. They think successful people are those who never fall, never lose, never get rejected, or make mistakes. But look closely at anyone who has built something meaningful, and you will discover a different story. They failed. They were criticized. They were misunderstood. They faced closed doors. What separated them was not the absence of failure. It was their response to failure. Failure is not always a wall. Sometimes it is a teacher. Imagine a young entrepreneur who launches his first business with confidence. He spends months working, sacrifices weekends, and believes everything will succeed. Then the business collapses. His first reaction is embarrassment. He feels defeated and wonders whether he was ever capable of building anything. But instead of running from the experience, he studies it. He examines every decision. He discovers where he misunderstood the market, where he ignored advice, where he managed money poorly, and where he acted too quickly. That failure becomes an education no classroom could provide. That is how mature people think. They ask, "What can this teach me?" instead of only asking, "Why did this happen to me?" You will have moments when plans fail. You will experience rejection. An opportunity may disappear. A business idea may not work. You may regret a decision. Do not allow one chapter to become the title of your life. A mistake is an event. It is not your identity. You must learn to separate failure from yourself. You can say, "I failed," without saying, "I am a failure." One statement describes an experience. The other creates a prison. Real success requires resilience, because your purpose will demand that you rise again. Sometimes the greatest evidence of growth is not how high you rise, but how quickly you recover after being knocked down. Get up wiser. Get up stronger. Get up with better information. Get up with greater humility. Get up without carrying shame. There is a difference between learning from your past and living inside it. Learn the lesson, make the correction, and keep moving. Do not waste your pain. If you are rejected, improve. If you lost money, learn. If you trusted the wrong person, develop wisdom. If you made a poor decision, take responsibility and become wiser. Your past can become either a prison or a classroom. Choose the classroom, because real success is not a perfect journey. It is the ability to turn setbacks into wisdom, wounds into strength, and experiences into preparation for the future you are still becoming. Another secret of real success is learning to create value for other people. The world does not reward you simply because you have potential. It rewards useful potential that has been developed, demonstrated, and delivered. Your gift becomes valuable when it solves a problem, meets a need, improves a situation, or helps someone move forward. Ask yourself a serious question: what problem can I solve? That question can change your career, your business, and even your confidence. Instead of asking only what people can give you, begin asking what you can contribute. Think about a person who knows how to repair machines. That skill may seem ordinary until something breaks and everyone needs someone who can fix it. Suddenly, knowledge becomes value. A person who understands finance can help families manage money. Someone who communicates clearly can teach, lead, write, or inspire. Someone who listens deeply can help people feel understood. You do not need to become famous before your life has value. You do not need millions of followers before you can make a difference. Start where you are, with what you have, and improve what you can offer. Maybe you are naturally organized. Develop that ability. Maybe you are creative. Train it. Maybe you are good with people. Learn leadership. Maybe you are curious. Turn that curiosity into knowledge. Potential without development remains potential. This is where many people become frustrated. They say, I know I have something inside me, but they never spend enough time developing it. They want recognition before mastery. They want an audience before becoming useful. They want rewards before earning trust. But lasting success is built on value. Look at the people you respect most. Often their influence comes from what they consistently provide. They solve problems, they teach, they create, they lead, they encourage, they build systems. They make difficult things easier for others. When you become valuable, opportunities begin to recognize you. People trust you with greater responsibility because they have evidence that you can produce results. Your reputation grows from your character and your competence, not from empty self-promotion. So stop waiting for someone to discover you. Discover what you can develop. Study your strengths. Strengthen your weaknesses. Learn from experts. Practice until your skill becomes dependable. Then use that skill to serve. Real success is not measured only by how much you receive from life. It is also measured by how much value your life creates. When you become a person who makes things better, you become difficult to ignore. Build value, serve people, and let your results speak. Another secret of real success is learning to manage your time. You can rebuild money, reputation, and skills, but you cannot retrieve yesterday. Time is the one resource that leaves your hands, whether you use it wisely or waste it. That is why successful people do not simply ask, "What should I do?" They ask, "What deserves my time?" Imagine two people given the same 24 hours. One spends hours complaining, scrolling, comparing, and reacting to everything around him. The other spends those same hours learning, working, resting, building relationships, and moving toward a goal. At the end of the year, they may live different lives. The difference was not time. The difference was stewardship. You must stop treating time like it is unlimited. Every hour you spend on something is an hour you cannot spend somewhere else. When you say yes to distraction, you are automatically saying no to something more important. This does not mean you should work every minute. Rest matters. Family matters. Relationships matter. Your life matters. Your mind needs recovery. Success is not endless activity. It is intentional living. Learn to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent things demand your attention immediately. Important things build your future slowly. Checking every notification feels urgent. Developing your skills is important. Answering every opinion feels urgent. Building your character is important. Chasing every opportunity feels urgent. Understanding your purpose is important. If you spend your life responding to urgency, you may never have time to build what matters. Create space for your priorities. Protect your mornings if they help you think clearly. Schedule learning. Set boundaries around distractions. Decide what must be completed before entertainment begins. Do not allow other people's priorities to automatically become your priorities. And remember, saying no is not selfish when your no protects your purpose. You cannot become everything for everyone. You cannot attend every event, answer every message, chase every trend, and still give your best energy to your assignment. Sometimes success requires subtraction. Remove habits that steal your focus. Remove commitments that have no purpose. Remove unnecessary arguments. Remove the need to impress people who are not building your future. Your time is your life in measurable form. Use it. One day you will look back and realize that your future was built from hours that seemed insignificant at the time. Do not wait until you have more time. Use the time you have now. Because real success is not having more hours than everyone else. It is making your hours count. Real success demands something many people avoid: learning how to build relationships without losing yourself. You cannot fulfill a meaningful purpose in life alone. Your journey will require mentors, partners, friends, teachers, leaders, and people who believe in what you are becoming. But relationships are not merely about finding people who can help you. They are about becoming someone who can genuinely contribute to others. Think about a bridge. A bridge connects two places that could not easily reach each other. Strong relationships do the same thing. They connect knowledge, opportunities, experience, encouragement, and resources. A mentor can save you years of unnecessary mistakes. One honest friend can tell you what your pride refuses to admit. That is why you must become intentional about the people you allow into your life. Not everyone deserves equal access to your time, your emotions, or your vision. Some people strengthen your character, others weaken your confidence. Some challenge you to grow, others prefer you remain small. You must learn the difference. This does not mean becoming arrogant or abandoning people who think differently. It means understanding that your environment influences your thinking. If you constantly surround yourself with people who celebrate excuses, eventually excuses will feel normal. If you surround yourself with people who value learning, responsibility, and growth, those qualities begin to become normal too. Choose relationships that tell you the truth, not merely what you want to hear, and become that kind of person for others. Do not approach every relationship asking, "What can this person do for me?" Ask, "How can I add value here?" Listen before speaking. Keep your promises. Give credit. Encourage people. Share knowledge. Be dependable when it matters. Celebrate another person's progress without feeling threatened by it. Real influence is built through trust. You can have intelligence without influence. You can have talent without influence. You can have money without influence. But when people trust your character, your words begin to carry weight. There is a reason trustworthy people are invited into important rooms. They have demonstrated that they can handle responsibility without betraying confidence, abusing power, or disappearing when circumstances become difficult. So build your network, but more importantly, build your reputation. Be the person people can call when something matters. Bring solutions instead of constant complaints. Be the person who makes others stronger. Because real success is never just about climbing higher. It is about helping others rise while you continue growing. Your greatest opportunities may arrive through relationships, but your greatest legacy may be the people who became better because they encountered you. There is another truth about real success that many people discover too late. You must learn to control your response to pressure. Success will bring challenges, expectations, criticism, and decisions that test who you really are. If your emotions control you, circumstances can control your future. Imagine a leader responsible for an organization. One morning, a major opportunity disappears. People around him panic. Some blame others. Some want to quit. The leader feels fear, but he refuses to let fear make the decision. He gathers the facts, studies the situation, listens to wise counsel, and chooses the next step. That is maturity. It means choosing wisdom over impulse when your emotions are demanding an immediate answer. You will face pressure too. Someone may misunderstand your intentions. A door may close. Money may become tight. A relationship may change. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can learn to control what happens inside you. Do not make permanent decisions from temporary emotions. Anger can make you destroy something valuable. Fear can make you abandon something meaningful. Pride can prevent you from accepting correction. Desperation can make you accept opportunities that violate your values. Slow down. Think. Pray. Seek wisdom. Then respond. Real success requires emotional maturity because responsibility brings pressure. The higher you climb, the more people may watch your decisions. Your character must become strong enough to carry your influence. This is why humility matters. Never become so successful that you stop learning. Never become so powerful that you believe rules no longer apply to you. A person who cannot receive correction becomes a danger to his success. Stay teachable. Your willingness to learn can protect your future from mistakes pride would otherwise repeat. Listen to people who have earned the right to challenge you. Admit when you are wrong. Apologize when necessary. Change when evidence proves you need to change. That is not weakness. That is strength under control. And remember that peace is also a form of success. If achieving your dream destroys your character, your relationships, your integrity, and your inner peace, you must question the price you are paying. The goal is not to reach the top. The goal is to arrive there as a person you can respect. So when pressure comes, do not panic. When criticism comes, listen for wisdom. When success comes, remain humble. Master yourself before trying to master your circumstances. Because the greatest victory is not controlling the world around you. It is becoming strong enough to remain purposeful, peaceful, and principled, no matter what happens around you. And now, after everything we have discussed, there is one final question you must answer. Asterisk. What will your life mean when the applause becomes silent? Asterisk. One day the money will no longer impress you. The titles will lose their excitement. The followers will move on. The achievements that once felt enormous will become memories. And when that day comes, what will remain? You will remain. Your character will remain. Your relationships will remain. The wisdom you gained will remain. The people you helped will remember you. The person you became through the journey will be the true result of everything you chased. That is why real success was never about becoming impressive. It was about becoming valuable. It was about becoming disciplined when nobody was watching, becoming courageous when fear was loud, becoming humble when success arrived, becoming resilient when failure knocked you down, becoming wise enough to know what deserves your attention and strong enough to walk away from what does not. You may not control how quickly your dreams become reality, but you can control who you become while pursuing them. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn what you do not know. Develop what you have been given. Protect your character. Choose your relationships carefully. Use your time wisely. Serve people. Keep moving when progress feels invisible. And when you fall, rise again with more wisdom than you had before. Your life does not need to look extraordinary to everyone else. It needs to be meaningful to you. Do not spend your entire life trying to prove that you are successful to people who may never understand your journey. Build a life you respect when nobody is watching. Because the greatest achievement is not being able to say, "Look at everything I have." It is being able to look at yourself and say, asterisk, "Look at who I became." Ask. That is real success. Not more possessions, more purpose, not more applause, more character, not more followers, more impact, not simply a bigger life, a better life. So tomorrow morning, do not wake up asking what you can get. Ask what you can get. Ask what you can become. Ask what you can build. Ask what you can contribute. Ask who needs the person you are capable of becoming. Then take one step. And tomorrow, take another. Keep becoming, keep learning, keep serving, keep building. Because one day you will look back at the person you used to be and realize that every disciplined choice, every painful lesson, every rejection, every quiet sacrifice, and every moment you refused to quit was preparing you for this exact version of yourself. The world may measure success by what you achieved, but you will know the deeper truth. Asterisk, your greatest success was becoming someone worthy of the life you once dreamed about. Now go build that life.